Hello and welcome back, everybody, to Well That Didn't Work, our silent and deadly summer game.
It is not so silent.
It has been deadly.
You are both correct. With me, I've got Mike playing.
I am Inspector Clouseau.
Rick playing.
Let me rock melon. Rock bubbles.
He even forgot his name.
Did you say Vladimir or let me? I thought you said let me.
I'm pretty sure he said, let me rock your balls.
You have very vivid imagination, Katya.
I am suddenly not playing at the right table.
You are playing at the right table, sir. They would not let you have any other table. You are at the children's table.
Obviously. Aaron is playing.
Eric Hunt.
You said that so well.
Hunt or cunt?
You're a cunt.
You decide.
And Katie is playing
Katya.
Katya.
Our cat.
Last name is secret.
Katya.
When she leaves, she does not wish to
Last
be
name
found.
is none of your business.
The last name is Up.
Up to what?
Catch up.
Oh, he makes jokes.
Catch up.
Last time.
And this time.
We
Hopefully, this
moved
time we will
slightly
actually
further.
get somewhere.
Not if I have more bad jokes.
We moved slightly further forward in the story last
We
episode.
found out where Venice was.
We spent some time in a room watching Clouseau cluelessly destroy. We found out how everyone was connected, and then we took a geography class together. And found out how close Florence was to Venice.
Not
Spoiler alert, it's not close.
And you cannot take plane to Venice or drive to Venice. We discovered this.
And so the last thing that happened was on the boat, Clouseau tried to surprise attack Vladimir, falling on his face intentionally.
That's very funny. You funny guy. I like you. When you be funny.
Good one.
Good one.
Okay,
Yes.
great. And we're in. We're fully characterized. So you guys approach the city, and Katie described it as how Venice is.
Katya is our tour guide. Right? So please,
She's actually been there.
We need a tour guide.
when she is done, you will wish
Before
you were in
you
Venice.
start,
It's not big enough for cars.
before you start, Clouseau is dressed exactly like a gondola dude with the white shirt and the black stripes going sideways and the hat kicked off sideways and the necktie going the other direction.
So when you run into a gondola guy, do you guys point at each other like Spider-Man?
Gotta know yet. We'll see when we get there.
Great.
It's like, where's Waldo? He's just trying to find him out of the canals of all this
Master of disguise.
master of disguise.
So you're dropped off, and you guys get onto the walking area. It's not like a bridge, right? But
It's all stone
canals.
pathways and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's all brick and stone and stuff
Okay.
with like waterways all through. So there's little boats and
Yeah.
gondolas and stuff to like get to different streets and stuff. But people can walk through
Yeah,
it
so
all.
it's
And there's
they're-
little
they just call them
bridges over the
streets.
waterways so you can pass
Right,
through.
they're
Perfect.
so that the gondolas go
Yeah,
underneath.
and then there's the big, huge like canal waterway, but there's a huge bridge over there, so you can walk or ride a boat.
Perfect.
That's it.
So how do you guys want to get around? Do you want to walk along these streets, or do you
I
want
wish
to
to
find a
drive.
gondola?
Can I ride a motorcycle?
Probably, but getting it there would have been really funny. You just put your motorcycle on a gondola and it starts to sink.
It is. I
Sounds like
have knobby
Clouseau.
tires. It's okay. I assume we walk around. Anything else would be obvious. I would think.
we could get on a gondola ride.
Okay.
We have
a gondola.
We have a gondola
Right,
man. I mean,
yes.
come on.
So I will shoot.
Wait, you don't like killing?
No, with a trank dart, we will abscond with the gondola. I'm just kidding. Let's get on the gondola. I don't want him driving us.
I was like, I absolutely love darts. I have one in my cigarette.
Yes. So, how do you feel about this?
Oh, I'm ecstatic.
Do you want to drive the gondola?
Oh, God.
No, but I'm definitely checking it for bugs.
So you're getting onto a gondola that already has a gondola driver, pilot.
Just like,
That should not
Botus?
concern him. Gondolier.
Gondolier.
I will compliment him on his attire
Okay.
as I'm walking past. Fabulous weather we are having today. And I'm starting to look through all the chairs and seats. Life preservers. One or two may go overboard. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
he's like, I'm big fan.
At some point in time, after everything that we're moving, you'll turn around and he'll be like hanging off the back with one leg, holding onto the back of the gondola because
he's
he's
trying
like,
to look underneath.
Yes.
Oh.
We have address. Can you take us to this address, please?
Let's see. Yeah.
Okay, thank
And
you.
he starts moving. I don't know how Italians talk.
Yeah, man, they talk like this, okay?
Take us to the address.
Are there any sights that you want to see on the way?
Whatever we see on the way, is there something in particular you think we should see?
Oh, this is
Why?
a beautiful city.
Why do you wish to take us somewhere other than we wish to go?
I simply wanted to know if you wanted to see more of the city, but if you want to go straight to the address, this is where we will go.
I think we need to get this. Do you
I
know?
always want to see the Duomo Museum.
The
in,
Walmart
Venice.
Museum?
The Duomo.
What?
It's a museum in Venice. I'm big into art, so that'd be nice. You
Oh.
can check that out.
Texas Farm Boy into the art.
Yeah,
Ah. They
Finally, a
teach that
cultured
at A&M, do
swine.
they?
very, very cultured Texan
I
here.
see.
I'm from Deep Ellum.
I'm from Cut and Shoot.
All right, so he takes you guys straight to.
No, he's from Paris. Paris, Texas.
Nice. Well, that would have been great and confusing and fun for you guys. Conversation. Hasn't happened yet, but
Or possibly Athens, Georgia.
possibly. Okay, so he takes you guys straight to that address and lets you off. And
But the entire time, I am trying to serenade in bad Italian with a French accent.
you're getting a great many looks.
I'm completely okay with that.
It is good we go incognito in the city, no?
He's perfect.
Perfect.
It is
No.
my plan that they look at me and ignore you.
That is usually the case. If you were on other gondola, that would be better.
Just then, one goes by. Cat takes a boot, kicks him square in the chest. He falls over into the other gondola, and we just
Did
watch
I?
it.
Bye-bye.
Problem solved.
So make me an athletics or brawl check.
I just choose to fail.
Yeah, but I want to see how well she does.
She needs
Yeah.
to roll some dice.
So you'll look at your character sheet. Athletics or brawl, whiwhichever one you have
But
more
what
skill
adversary level is he? He's probably pretty high adversary level.
Depends on what skill or whatever she's going after.
in. So brawl is actually going to be a combat skill over on the right side of your page.
Top right of your
Right.
skills.
Right here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't say I have
it
it.
is a brawn.
Okay.
What you don't have any ranks. So what does your brawn skill say? Your number under your brawn.
It doesn't.
Your attribute.
3.
3.
Okay. Do you have any skill in athletics?
No.
All right. So then
hang
you
on.
start.
Hang on.
I'm going to explain this out to her.
Yeah.
So you would start by looking at your characteristic and grabbing as many green dice as you have for that characteristic.
Okay, so 3. 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
Yeah, no, sit in mommy's room.
Now, At that point, you would
I
look
think
over
he was
at the
bringing
skill
that to us.
that you would be using.
He was just showing me that Marin's
And in
rocking.
both of those, you have no ranks.
Uh-huh.
So you wouldn't be replacing any of those greens with a yellow.
Okay.
These ranks represent upgrades.
Okay, got it. So no upgrades, just this
Correct.
straight up. Okay. So
And you'll be rolling 2 purples with that.
succeed.
Would you like to
No.
flip? Would you like to
I
flip
think we
a point
all want
to
to.
upgrade?
I hope you succeed with
Sure.
tons of threats.
Okay, go ahead and flip her point.
Yeah, so you can flip these points to upgrade your ability.
Okay.
So you're going to switch out one of the green dice with a yellow die.
I'm trying to help her.
I know.
Okay,
What just happened?
I'm gonna call a ruling on that. She triumphed
Yes.
because it was like legitimately just barely
That's
even
fine.
cocked.
Yeah.
So we would start the cancellation process,
Okay.
which is these two, a success and a failure, would cancel. You'd get rid of anything that's a blank. And then a triumph has an inherent success built into it.
Okay.
So you got a critical success that has a success on it with a threat.
Okay.
So she has a success, a triumph, and a threat.
Okay. So your threat is going to be that your irritation levels with Clouseau have reached such a peak that you're going to take some strain damage. So at the top of your character sheet in the middle, there are 4 blocks you see. So the one, you pointed right at it just now. You'll take 1 damage there.
1 strain.
1 strain. You succeed in kicking him over into the other gondola. As long as you get 1 success, you succeed at what you set out to do. The triumph, though, is like a critical success, and you have an opportunity to, you can kind of introduce a new fact to the story. You can have something else kind of embellish the scene, or if you kind of can't think of anything, you can pass that on to me, and I'll come up with something that fits as well.
The other boat is bugged and Squirrel is driving it.
And I would veto the main villain being in that boat.
No. We see the emblem of a squirrel on the side of the gondola.
That might not be triumph worthy, but
Oh no.
No, I think here's what I think can happen with it. There is an emblem of a squirrel on it, but you don't see it.
Okay. We don't see it.
But Clouseau is in the boat with an emblem of a squirrel inside of it, going away from you guys.
and it's bugged.
Maybe, probably. So Clouseau, you are now traveling along the river, along the canal
Perfect. I wanted to be alone.
by yourself.
We finally have peace and quiet.
God, that is a beautiful thing you just did. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
In Russia, we give you metal.
Is he gonna be
Fantastic.
okay?
You get villa. Do what?
Is he gonna be okay?
Who cares?
We're okay. That is main thing.
He'll be all right.
Did you not? Tell me truthfully. Did you not enjoy what just happened?
Well, he was kind of tearing up on my boat.
Yes, exactly. And you only knew him for a short period of time. We drove from Florence with him.
I see ya. Well, as long as he's gonna be okay and I get the paid.
That is
And he
right.
holds out his hand at that.
Okay. Yes, I give him a ruble.
No, you guys pay him whatever you owe him.
Okay.
Money's no object. We spared no expense. And you climb up the steps to the space that contains the address, which you have written down.
Right?
That I have not given you a real address.
It
in
does
real
not
life.
matter. We are there.
We know.
But you were there.
Yes. Because then we spent 20 minutes looking up addresses in Venice, you know? That would not work very well for story.
So in front of you is a little kind of trinket shop. Not like a gift shop, but like it's just a small space, and you can tell that there's like a living space in the back of this smallish building.
Okay. I will scan the area for anything that looks suspicious. I will do perception check.
Wow. Vladimir really lives in the meta, doesn't he?
I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying?
All right, roll perception. It's going to be an average check. Would you like to upgrade, sir?
I don't think so.
I think I will, though.
Okay, that
So
is
let's go ahead
fine.
and shift one of those purple die for a red one.
Ooh, triumph! Yes, and I do not see Clouseau. And let us see. We do good here, yeah. 2 success, triumph with 1 threat.
Two success with one triumph
And a threat.
and a threat. Okay, so you don't see anything like out of the ordinary, no like traps or bugs or anything like that on the outside of the shop. What would you like your triumph to be?
They got a really cool pendant. A good refrigerator magnet that
It says it's drink, it's not a gift shop. How about you find an alternative way in as opposed to one of the regular doors?
a secret or that I actually have a contact in Venice.
I don't know that a triumph on a perception check makes sense with you having a contact suddenly. What would
I
you?
see my contact.
You said you don't need contacts.
Damn you! Okay, and
I think what would you want to glean from a contact?
I found a great pair of shades. No. What would I want to glean from a
Yeah,
contact?
like what kind of information are you looking for? That, because like right now, the sort of contact you're hunting down is the
Is the
person
one
that knows
we're going
information.
to go see. Okay. I'm going to say that when I meet this woman, that I know her, or that I potentially have worked. I have worked with her before, or worked with somebody that there's a connection, a direct connection between her.
So
and
maybe at some point when you were hunting Dimitri, you interviewed her
potentially.
and found that she was a useless lead, and then you saw her picture again, and it's kind of sparked that memory.
Okay.
So you've got a connection here already.
Right.
She'll recognize you when you see her, etc.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. What are the other two you doing? Eric and Kat.
I've pulled out my lipstick and I'm just twisting it and applying it to my lips.
And it's about to explode.
But it also turns into an ice pick, so.
Oh, I see.
And so I'm just kind of nonchalantly looking through the trinket store, or making it appear nonchalant, like I'm looking through the
Okay,
trinket
so you
store.
do go inside.
So I'm going inside.
So
I'm
you open
browsing
the door.
trinkets.
You open the door and go inside, and there's nobody attending the shop. Lights are off, but the door's open.
Pull a page out of Clouseau's book, start checking for bugs.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Could he have he could have a gadget that scans for bugs too.
Perhaps, if you want to use one of your 6 household objects to be used in gadgetry.
I don't really have one that would be used for gadgets.
You just make it. You get 6 items that you can kind of
That's true.
build as you go through the story.
That's true. I only got 5 written down.
So you could have like a tie tack that also scans for bugs, or
I've got a fancy watch, Mickey Mouse watch.
I've got a fancy,
Fancy
Mickey Mouse watch.
Mr. Texas art culture guy.
I pull out my,
Mickey Mouse is a national treasure. You
Mickey Mouse's ears are in Rolex.
Diamond.
now they pop out of the watch and
Okay, cool.
they turn like this and they scan around, scanning for bugs.
And so, what do you want to accomplish with this?
want to find if there's any listening device or video surveillance watching the shop that I'm in.
Okay, cool. So just kind of in general scanning for stuff. Now, will you be using gadgetry or luck?
The way he described it to me is gadgetry. If you succeed in gadgetry, it'll do more exactly what you want. If you succeed in luck, it'll do sort of what you want, but he'll have a little bit more flavor to it. Does that describe it?
It's kind of gadgetry is you dictating what the object does. Luck, you give me an idea of what you want it to do, and I kind of embellish it beyond that point.
What my gadget does?
Yes.
Okay. I've got a
it may
check mark
bring-
next to luck too. Would that help me? in my roll?
That means you'll get.
So that means luck is a career skill for you.
Yeah.
So perception is cunning. So would you use cunning for this because it's kind of perception?
Yeah.
So I might as well do luck because I get a better roll, right?
Do you have any ranks in luck?
Yes.
One. That's
You
what
have
I said.
one
So-
rank, not just the check mark, but one
Right,
rank.
one
Okay,
rank.
then yes.
Yeah.
So then you would pick up a number of dice equal to your cunning trait,
And then switch the yellow.
and then switch one of them with a yellow. And what all do you want this watch to be able to do? Because essentially, after you make this roll, it's going to be stuck in whatever you have described.
So it scans for listening and video surveillance devices.
Okay, it scans for
Jam them too.
scans for tech. Do you want it to be able to jam as well?
Yes, scan and jam.
Okay, so the
Scan
difficulty is going to be 3 purple dice.
All right.
Did he roll a yellow with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
can't see from
complete
over here.
wash.
Is it?
No. Yeah, it's a complete wash.
Because those cancel, right? No. That and that. That and that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because that's 2. There's your that washes that. So that
Oh,
completely
that-
washes that.
Now watch that. Complete wash.
All right, so you kind of turn it on. You flip up the Mickey Mouse head, and attempt to scan. And it's almost like the minute and hour hands kind of make a 90-degree angle on the watch and do like a radar sweep of the area, but you don't pick anything up with it. I think because you. So that definitely is what it does. I think you can mark on your gear that you have a
Mickey Mouse watch.
you have a Mickey Mouse watch that scans and disrupts electronics. And basically, on a success, like you can make a perception check using the watch. And on a success, you can see like any electronics in the area. And you can use 2 advantage to kind of disrupt those momentarily. But you have to use 2 advantage for each item that you're trying to disrupt.
Okay.
But for now, your watch has failed. It hasn't been tuned to Italian electronics. So you,
But it has Sony guts.
It's probably his Lucas Electronics.
as far as you are concerned, there is nothing in the shop dangerous. But there's still nobody in the shop working, and the door was open.
So what do you see in there, sir?
Well, man, I can't find any electronics. Doesn't mean there aren't any, but I can't
see.
find them.
Okay.
I don't see anybody in here.
There's a lot of like wooden whittled toys,
Like
things
Pinocchio?
Mhm.
Okay.
sort of. I mean, I'm sure that there's probably a marionette or 2,
Okay.
I have bad experience with marionettes.
dolls, things like that. Whoa. More character development. Here we go.
Okay, so I will walk in too.
Okay.
Katya, you coming?
I don't do dolls.
You don't. These are action figures.
You
They're
don't have
not
to do the
dolls.
dolls. You just have to walk into the dolls.
I reluctantly follow.
Sounds good. All right. So you guys are all in the shop. Clouseau. You, when we last saw you, you had left on a
Clouseau's
gondola.
Big Adventure.
Where are you now?
In the custody of the Italian police.
So out of the bin of animals stands up Clouseau dressed as a stuffed animal and goes chop you.
But you miss because he's on his way into the store.
And I immediately quick draw my dart pistol and shoot him with a trike dart.
I guess roll ranged light. Here we go.
So this would be simple because it's close range, and I have quick draw as a skill.
Sure.
Or as a talent.
talent.
So, all right, where did it go? I didn't hear it hit the ground. There it is. A triumph
Defeat
and
defenses.
4 success.
Okay.
So, I hit him.
His eyes go cross-eyed and goes, "Good one."
So yeah, with the triumph, you definitely activate the whatever sleep there is associated with that. Tranquilizer gun doesn't really have stats, does it?
All I have is the dart pistol, which I told you I got a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to do. We can, we haven't really built it out.
But you definitely have put him to sleep.
Okay.
So you
That was a close one.
he turns to grunge up. You quick draw the pistol, shoot him in the head, quickly stow it, and he falls over in the stuffed animal bin hanging out by the front.
Nice shot, Rockman Balls.
I did not realize that was Mr. Clouseau.
Should I give my adrenaline pin?
I'm sorry.
No.
He's out like a light. So inside, Eric, I'm assuming you kind of look through the shop enough to where the next logical step is either to leave the shop to go do something else or try to go through the door to the living quarters.
Yeah, so there's a door to the living quarters? Yeah, so I say we try the door and see if it's unlocked.
Yeah, so you open the door and the scene inside is chaos. Whoever was here is probably not anymore. I mean, you haven't done a full investigation, but there's a broken glass table, papers thrown everywhere, dishes smashed. There's a knife stuck into a wall. It doesn't look bloodied, so whoever was using it obviously missed their target. And it just looks like a total and utter wreck in this room.
I have a small cosmetic case.
Okay.
Okay, that has forensic equipment in it.
Okay.
And I will dust the knife for fingerprints.
Is this one of your gadgets, or you just have
It's a
forensic
gadget.
here? Okay, cool. So let's figure out how this gadget is going to work. So you want to dust around for prints using this item. I'm assuming you're going to use some gadgetry there.
Actually, I have luck, but as a skill,
Okay.
1 rank in luck. So what would this?
Generally, I would think looking for forensic evidence would be intellect.
I would think so.
It would be based kind of around the knowledge skill, sort of. So it'll be an intellect with luck.
Okay. Yeah. Skullduggery is cunning.
Yeah, but I think looking for criminal activity and doing criminal activity are different
different
in this
things.
particular. Like in Legend of the Five Rings, you would kind of roll the same thing for both.
Yeah, because if you compared it over to Star Wars, you'd have knowledge underworld versus.
Right.
True.
Exactly.
That's true. Okay. So what difficulties?
So, what all do you want this to be able to do?
Basically, be
You want it to be like a full forensics kit where you could test DNA samples and things like that.
that I can
on the
tie into
fly?
my phone, and I can uplink to get information from Uncle.
Okay. In that case, I think it would be 1, 2, 3.
Would
Purple
it be?
dice.
Would it be like advantages to, be able to do the other thing, extra things, or
because you're rolling luck, the actual like mechanical effects will be decided after you roll.
okay.
But to get kind of done what you're thinking of doing, it'll be 3 purple dice, and I'm assuming you're going to upgrade.
I am going to upgrade.
Awesome. I'm not going to upgrade in return.
Well, I failed with 2 advantage.
Okay. Awesome. So basically this thing gives you. It has all of the capabilities that you were looking for. You're not able to find anything this time around,
Okay.
but you kind of are able to explore the case a little bit at least. So you have the capability to upload like fluid samples, whether it be DNA, poisons, whatever, into it to send to Uncle to be able to send back a fairly quick response. You can dust for prints, like you were saying. You can create copies. Like it's probably got like a camera on it, so you can be taking
I would
pictures
assume
and stuff
that's my
with it.
phone would do that part of it.
I think this one, like where like a phone takes a normal picture, this one kind of takes the picture like you see in like spy movies where it picks out like this is where fingerprints were and like puts boxes around the stuff automatically for you.
Okay.
So it kind of takes detailed crime scene photos,
Okay.
kind of on the fly. And so I think that would definitely give you a boost for any time you're trying to examine a crime scene of some kind.
All right. So I just botched the kit. Just botched the job when I was using
Correct.
the kit.
Yeah, it does what you wanted it to do to a degree,
Right.
But you just didn't do it well.
Gotcha.
Kind of like it was your first time using the kit after
Okay.
receiving it.
All right, and then I will pocket the knife.
Okay.
I'll put it in a little
So
plastic
it's like a
baggie.
big knife.
Oh, it's
Like
a big.
it's like a chopping knife.
Oh, okay. Not like a Bowie knife, like a kitchen knife.
Yeah, like a kitchen knife. Yeah. Sorry, I probably described that poorly.
No,
but
it's
yeah.
fine. You just said knife. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Is there any surveillance, like cameras?
There, you're able to find some wiring that was stuck into a couple of corners of the living space, but whatever was attached to them had been ripped out.
Why are you looking at me, dude?
Clouseau has been here. Do I see the telltale signs of Inspector
And
Clouseau?
then a little old lady walks out of the bathroom. What happened to my house?
So there's no computers.
No, there's no electronics in the room at all.
I'm glad I've established a routine here.
So, I am going to actually say, Inspector Clouseau has been here. Look at the destruction here. Why would he want to hit someone with a knife is the only thing that I don't understand.
He's gotta
And
get
what
the
did he
bug
do
out.
with the cameras?
Could we search his pockets for
Crusoe
while
is
he is
squirrel.
while he's unconscious?
We found his nuts.
In this squirrel the whole time.
Can we search his pockets while he's unconscious
He's
and
outside unconscious. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead and roll. It's not really even a roll. So what do they find?
like a rubber chicken?
No, I'll go
lint,
through a few
some
things.
string, you know.
You obviously find his Swiss Army knife. You find a wallet that has his badge in it. And his picture is like completely odd. It's just like he doesn't have a smile, but he has more of a just kind of like this. He was taken by surprise by the flash photography. You find an Alltel card that says 100 free ringtone download. You find a Nokia flip phone, one of the old gray ones, but it's got tape on the back holding the battery in. And you find a very nice fountain pen.
But no cameras.
So, what kind of secret equipment is this? This looks very crude. Must be disguise. He has mastered disguise, no?
No.
He's still dressed as a giant stuffed animal.
No, I know you're still.
So, okay, and we will do perception check in the room as we search the room.
Yeah, I think you can spend plenty of time. Like, obviously, whatever happened here, the authorities have not been alerted to. And so you can spend plenty of time in there looking for any and everything. So there's no, like, check that needs to be made for it because there's no risk. But you're not really able to find much of anything except for, like, a Post-it note that was on the refrigerator that had a meeting scheduled for today.
At what time and where?
Good time.
The time
In Florence?
we haven't like established what.
Back to Florence.
You hit the nail
I'm
on the
not-
head.
I am not sharing a bus with him again.
It is a meeting.
We'll get a car with a rumble seat.
It's a meeting in Florence.
Can we leave him
and the
unconscious and put
meeting-
him on the top of the truck?
You know, he probably would enjoy that
Probably would.
in the stuffed animal.
His ears are clapping.
I'm glad y'all are enjoying this.
The meeting is in Florence, and it's happening at dinner time.
So how?
What time is it now?
So we don't know how long it takes for us to get to Florence.
It's you can travel at the speed of plot.
I love that.
We can montage ourselves over there.
I have a pocket plane.
Hold on, I gotta blow it up.
So we see like a montage of you guys like.
and meanwhile, he's still unconscious, and we give him a few kicks.
We need your EpiPen now. Except do it the way you did it to me.
Just punch him in the chest.
You go onto the gondola. You guys carry arms and legs of
Okay.
Clouseau onto the gondola.
One thing though, were we able to determine that it wasn't Clouseau that destroyed the room? Though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. He was clearly not in that room at any point in time. So you guys put him on the gondola. You get him into the back of like an extended cab car. Like a big SUV
Like a trunk.
to drive down to Florence, and basically when
When
get
he
to
starts
Florence,
waking up, I'll hit him with a dart.
Wait, we rode a gondola all the way to the
you
mainland.
gotta
I was like, that is rough.
gondola to boat to car.
Okay.
You're in Italy. Nobody questions the unconscious person being carried that's in a stuffed animal suit.
They're like,
Right.
stupid American.
And then
Do I sound like
You
an
won a dumb
American?
prize.
And it'd be one of those really beautiful old wooden boats, wooden speedboats that we would take, you know?
And then, right as you guys get to Florence, you jab him with the adrenaline bit, and Clouseau wakes up.
Okay, where are we?
We are in Florence.
Last I remember, I was dressed as... Oh,
Good one.
good one.
I see we have a date, apparently. Not with you. We have a date with someone we don't know.
I am not dressed. Is this a formal occasion?
Well, you are
More
dressed.
formal than that.
If it was at the circus, you would be perfect.
So he walks around the corner and like 8 seconds later comes back and he's fully clothed.
in a suit.
Smoking jacket.
You see a homeless guy walking by. He's got animals.
And he's happy as a clam.
I'm staying warm tonight.
And then we go around the corner and someone's mugging him to take the suit.
Oh no. I'm trying to find a good like restaurant name for a place in Florence, and I can't pronounce any of them.
Tortellinis.
Yeah, sure, you go to Tortellini's.
What was that restaurant I was telling you about that used to be a prison? It's in Florence.
I don't know.
I went and ate there. It was like an old prison. It was really,
Prisonata.
really cool. I forgot what it's called.
No, this is the
But they've
first
turned
one.
it into a restaurant. It's really
This
cool.
is the first one on the fine dining list. Osteria Belguardo.
That's way too complicated.
So you're going to the Osteria. That's where you've
Osteria.
been invited to. Well, this is where this woman was invited to meet. with whoever this is that she's meeting with. And you guys are about 15 minutes early for dinner.
Whoa, we made timing very good.
I told you, you traveled at the speed of plot.
Exactly.
What do you do?
So how fine is this restaurant? Is it just... Do I need to, typically I wear a turtleneck.
Do we need a reservation? Is what you're saying, or-
Turtleneck works.
Okay.
I think you're like with the post-it, you assume that this is a reservation for this person. And
So show the post-it note.
so you give them the name.
Have you seen who wrote this?
Do you recognize this handwriting?
Here is our reservation, sir.
Give them the name of the person.
What is the name of the
How do you?
person?
What do you do when you make a reservation? You give them like, here's my business card. This is the reservation. I give them my post-it. Oh,
I have one of those little signs that they have at the airport.
My personal assistant had me this. She told me to come here at this time.
That sounds
That
good.
works.
what did you give to them?
The post-it note.
Well, yes, but who are you?
Isn't it obvious? Pointing at the note. Reading it and then saying the name.
The note doesn't have a name on it.
It says the restaurant in time.
Yes.
Okay, do I remember the name of the... Because I'd met her before. What name did she give me
I don't
at
know.
that
You
point?
met her before. What's her name?
Beyonce.
Great. We're meeting. Well, listen,
I would
I'm not
like
above
to-
many things, but I really don't want to kill Beyonce on our show.
I would like to make a perception check to see if I do happen to notice this time slot on his book written down with a name. If I can make it out.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Percept it.
Okay.
This is probably... He's got all his stats in perception. Because
What would be the
Clouseau
difficulty
was...
here?
Easy. Just one. One purple.
So, yeah, that happened. It's a success and 2 advantage.
Nice. Okay.
I failed.
I accept
And
this
then
failure.
he goes, I'd like to flip one. I'm sorry.
I'd like to give you one so that I fail.
Okay, yeah, you see it. You see that there is a name written in this time slot.
I'm going to totally mispronounce it
Okay.
because I'm reading it upside down.
Okay.
So I'm saying it backwards.
So what do you say?
Unob. Unob. Unib. Yeah, Beyonce backwards.
It is 5:30. You should have reservation for Abishikama? Yes, Monsieur Abishikama.
I am sorry. I do not recognize that name.
It's right here, you moron.
I do not think that that's a name that anybody on existence has ever had.
But it's right here. You...
What does it actually say?
No, I gotta spell this out now.
Yeah.
Because I
He's
cannot
writing
tell
it. He's
what
writing
it
it
is you're
backwards.
trying to
He
say.
is Inspector Clouseau.
Asomaklaba.
Asoma Klaba.
That's very Italian.
Or Japanese. One of the two.
Yes. Your table is awaiting.
I thank you.
I think there's only supposed to be a 2. So who will it go?
It was 2 plus 1.
No. We have a table for 2.
Did my assistant not come out update you?
Well,
Moncula, and just goes into some kind of French triage. A triad.
I think
Tirade.
both are wrong. Tirade. There we go.
Tirade, there we go. I don't speak very well.
French triage. Triad.
French, it's been a triage tonight.
Pulls out a band-aid, puts it across his forehead.
Cool. So who's gonna go to dinner?
Me, of course.
That's fine. I'll watch from the bar.
There's always the lady has to go.
And Katya and myself would go. I know this person. If it is
No,
her.
I think you don't understand. There's a one party already here, and there's a 4 of you, and there's only one seat.
In that case,
Clouseau's already walking.
You go. You know her.
I know the lady that was supposed to be here. And do I look? Do we see the table? He points. If someone's already
He
here.
doesn't. He doesn't point at them. It's
Okay.
rude to point. This is a fancy establishment.
No, I see. Are there table numbers and an outline, or well?
He'll guide you
In
there.
a fancy restaurant.
It's a little chart on the wall, you know.
Has Bobby as the waiter.
You
It's so
are
cold.
here.
Okay. I will eavesdrop and listen, but the person that was supposed to meet is the lady at the shop, who she was supposed to meet somebody. So I don't think it will be her necessarily that will be here. But I scan the room. Do I see the lady that I knew?
No.
And perhaps it'd be better if she did not know that I was here at this point.
It's reasonable.
So are you gonna go?
Absolutely.
Excellent. So
I will place a little bug on her. And I'll say, here, hold this so I can listen to conversation.
As he's handing it over.
I lift my hair and slip it on my earring.
Okay.
No, this one I'm okay with.
So, and I put a little earpiece
okay.
in my ear. So that's one of my little gadgets.
All right.
I walk up to the table and I sit
So
down.
so they guide you down rows of tables, and all the chairs are very high backed, and so you move through the restaurant. It's not a huge place, but you pass by several other tables before you get to one that has one seat vacant. And as you come around the corner and you're shown to your seat, the host pulls out your chair for you, and you sit down and look up and see it's Dick.
Hello, Dickie boy.
He sips his wine and says, "Well, I was wondering when you would see me again, Kat. I see you found the invitation." And that's where we'll end the session.
Oh, ask a question.
You'll get plenty of time to talk to Dickie Boy later on.
Hello, Dickie
Thanks so
Boy.
much for joining us, though. We'll see you guys next week. And until then, keep on adventuring.
And by then, we should be off our medication.